I still think with those verses in mind and what Halloween is and represents in mind, I still think there is a way to take part in some of the fun of the day without celebrating darkness. Christians are in the business of redemption. We are in the business of making right and good the things which the world has made bad. Now, not everything, I don't think, can be repurposed because maybe it's a sin in and of itself. It's wrong. There's just no way to try to redefine it or finagle it so that it is different and glorifying to God. And I've also talked about in the cases of things like the Enneagram and yoga, these are two things that I don't take part in. And my mind has changed in that over time. I didn't used to feel that way because I feel that it's very hard to separate those two tools from its spiritual origins and intent.
What other day of the year do you have your neighbors coming to your house expecting you to give them something? If you're going to stay at home this Halloween, here's what you can do to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ while you do that. Step 1, go get some candy. Step 2, get some gospel tracts. What's a gospel tract? Well, I'm glad you asked. A gospel tract is a very simple and fun way to get the gospel message across to somebody. We take the most important aspects of the gospel message and summarize it on a little piece of paper that is meant to encourage reading through its cartoonageness.
Do you think Christians should celebrate Halloween?
No, it's just ridiculous. What is it about? It's just a bunch of, it feels more demonic every year, and you know, they start pumping out all these books and all these movies and all these television programs that are just satanic fantasies of horror and just awful. No, just avoid it.
Notice what the Bible considers concerning about hallow. Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. It should associate with God. Notice right here, After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Hallow should be God's name. It should be attributed to God's name. But now this word Halloween is attributed to Satan, which he always wanted. My birthday, my day, the monsters. It's not even Satan's birthday. No, he was created by God, Lucifer. When kids go door to door, trick or treat, you know what that means? Trick or treat. What that represented was this, is that the Satanists or the Druids, the worship service during that time was dreadful. On Halloween, October 31st, I think it's also called Samhain or something like that. But anyway, these people, what they would do is go door to door, and they'll either leave a treat or they'll leave a trick. So the treat is where you have these jack-o'-lanterns. That's why there are pumpkins that being sold by markets. Where did that come from? Of these Druids, of these Satan worshipers. These people, what they would do is that if the person blessed them with the sacrifice on that day, then what they would do is leave a jack-o'-lantern over there that would protect them, that would shield them. But then if these people did not provide them a human sacrifice, then these people, what they would do is post blood on their door, and they would put, I believe, they would put a satanic symbol, I believe it's a pentagram, and what they would do is that they would put the satanic symbol in blood on their door, and then they would die. Some death angel or deadly demon would come in to die and kill them. That's the opposite of what God intended. God, when he put the blood on the door, it was protection against the grim reaper, against the death angel.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. I personally have celebrated Halloween a lot of times in my prior life. I used to think that Halloween was just fine, that it was just some holiday, that it was just some random day, that it's not necessarily satanic. It's not necessarily demonic. It's just like we can have fun, and it could just be a day out of the year that like we just do some scary stuff, but it's not that big of a deal. Until my life recently have changed, and I changed the way that I think about a lot of topics, honestly, especially this past year, because I understand how close God is to me. I understand how much God loves me, and I understand how I am married to Jesus Christ. I will be faithful to him. And I have a question for anyone that is wondering, that anyone wants to oppose this video. I know you're still thinking like you just want to go celebrate a fun Halloween and get some candy and just have fun with your friends. Listen, you can still have fun with your friends. You can still have a good day. You can actually turn the day into a day where you spend with your friends, but you can actually glorify God. And instead of celebrating Halloween, you can gather, you can do a Bible study. My church, we have a fall festival where we gather everybody in and games, and we have a bunch of fun. And we don't give any place to Satan in our lives.
So I would hope that all Christians would think biblically and carefully about any holiday, any event, and how they might be salt and light in it. And if they feel like this can be valuable for the kids in some way to teach them, if it can be an innocent way of enjoying God's grace and teaching lessons, so be it. I'm willing to run the risk of attachment to worldliness in order to be biblically faithful in witness.